Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Special Rapporteur. 75 years ago, the world cautiously rose from the horrors and the destruction of the Second World War. Humanity had experienced the darkest abyss of racial hate and discrimination. One might hope that we have learned from history, but it seems we haven't done so enough. Discrimination and hatred against minorities of all kinds continue to poison our societies. What is more, modern media have made it even easier to spread hate speech. What was mumbled in a dark corner yesterday is today presented without hesitation to a broad public via Facebook, Twitter, or other social media. Around the world, we are witnessing a disturbing rise of xenophobia, racism, and intolerance, including rising anti-Semitism, anti-Muslim hatred, and persecution of Christians. Recent surveys of the European Union Fundamental Rights Agency prove that fear and resentment of ethnic minorities are also rising on our own continent. As the Austrian philosopher Karl Popper once stated, and I quote, "If we are not prepared to defend a tolerant society against the onslaught of the intolerant, then the tolerant will be destroyed and tolerance with them." We therefore simply cannot stand by and remain silent. We have to actively defend our values and our open societies against this onslaught. Thus, Austria has placed the promotion and the protection of rights of minorities at the center of its human rights agenda. The vast majority of defamation, hate speech, including even instigation of violence, are generated online. That is where we have to start our work. We must act more decisively against the misuse of social media for spreading hatred and inciting violence. In Austria, the fight against online hate speech is an essential part of our government program. A legislative proposal is currently being prepared and is in the phase of public consultation. Its aim is to place more responsibility on social media providers to monitor and quickly erase hateful content. It will extend the application of the criminal offense incitement of hatred also to individuals, and it will reduce the legal costs of lawsuits, a burden that in practice has often kept victims of online hate speech from going to court to defend themselves. Our objective is clear. It is to better protect victims of online hate speech and hate crimes and to strengthen measures against cyberbullying. However, new laws are necessary but not sufficient. Non-legislative measures are equally essential in supporting social cohesion, integration, and understanding. We have, among others, implemented awareness-raising campaigns in Austria, including the Council of Europe's initiative No Hate Speech. The Center #Gegen Hass im Netz against online hate offers free counseling for victims and witnesses of online hate. And we have developed a nationwide strategy for the prevention and countering of violent extremism and de-radicalization that contains a number of concrete measures to address phenomena leading to violence within our societies. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Special Rapporteur, all our societies are facing the same challenge. Therefore, it is all the more important to communicate and to share our approaches and best practices. One thing, however, has to be crystal clear. The protection and the respect of human rights of minorities is non-negotiable. We have to prove that we have learned from history. Otherwise, history might repeat itself. In the hope that we will again be able to meet in person at the European Regional Forum on Minorities in Vienna next year, I thank you for your attention.